Hi, this is Shaman Weaver Sheila Baker, and I've been talking earlier on Enlightened Spiritual Warriors Facebook group about being selfish and self-care, and whether being selfish is really being mean, or whether it is something that you're full of yourself, and if that's okay. So, hey Darcy, hi Guillem, hi Fred. Hey, Jackie. Oh, I better get busy. Hey, Damon, Sarah, Shiloh. All right, Darcy, this one is for you. So, the beautiful thing about the Knight of Pentacles, Pentacles are money and property and tangible things. So, you can see that this horse here is actually not going anywhere. He needs something, some encouragement, we would say spurred on. But what that means is that he would get poked, right? Hey, Gretchen, Linda, Nita. But we don't really want to do that. We want to encourage this knight to move forward, this horse to move forward, because the knight will follow. So there's a quest going on in the physical world, money, property, tangible things, and some encouragement, some enticement. Darcy, some inspiration is kind of what you're waiting for. So there you go. So get inspired, and to inspire means to breathe. So take a breath and get moving. All right, Gulam, this one is for you. Major Arcana, the universe, God, Goddess, the big chicken in the sky, is attempting to get some information through. So, hey, Sandy and Douglas. The thing about this is, in order for something to be reborn, something has got to die. And if you think right now, we're in the very beginning of winter, right? So for most of us, there's not a lot of leaves left on the tree. The sap has gone back down into the ground, and something new will be replenished. The death card doesn't mean that this is a physical death. It could be an emotional death, a spiritual death, but something, you've got to allow something to die so that something can be reborn and come out of back of that. So beautiful card. And what I want to put up here, and see if you can see, there over here is a crown and an archway, the two towers. So look to taking the higher path always, and that's always good for all of us. So there you go. Jackie, this one is for you. Another major arcana, justice. So the thing about justice is, remember the two towers back over here? Okay, the two towers show up here. Often they're thought about sitting between good and evil. And the thing about justice is, you see the scale there for bringing things into balance. So the way that you do that, and they've got a big old sword over here, is you cut away any extraneous stuff. It used to be that that justice was all about being heard, right? You said your case, the other person said their case, and then justice sat and did what was right, fair, true, and beautiful for both of you. Well, that isn't how it works anymore, but this is how you can bring it into balance for yourself. So if you're having a request, if someone is needing something of you, make sure that you're in spiritual balance and physical and emotional balance with it as well. So there you go. Hey, Keith. Hey, Franny. John, nice to see you. Siobhan, nice to see you. Damon, this one is for you. Okay, the beautiful part about this card is that there is nothing to wrestle to the ground. The Strength card says that you have everything that you need. Look at this little lion here. It's she's got a hand under the chin and one on top, and you can see she's not using force to be able to quell this beast. And look, the little tail is tucked, the tongue is hanging out. So whatever it is that's going on for you that is allowing you to think that there's some struggle involved. There's no struggle necessary. This little devotee is actually a lesson maker for you. And so no struggles. And notice that what it is that you're struggling with is actually devoted to teaching you something. So there you go. Nice to see you, Damon. Sarah, this one's for you. Hey, Jalicia. Hey, Paula. All right. So you're overthinking something. And this is the give it a rest card. So whatever it is that you're ruminating on, it actually would be very beneficial for you to just be willing to let it lay for a bit. You know, you can see that there's this beautiful scene here. The swords are the swords are hung. They're put down here. This person is in repose. This is maybe a long repose. You don't need to do that. But whatever it is that you're ruminating on, mulling over and over, give it a rest. So there you go. Shiloh, nice to see you. The Magician. So the beauty of this card is that the magician uses the air, the earth, the fire, the water, and takes a matter to spirit and then brings spirit back into matter. The part about being the magician is to use all of your resources to be able to use the air, the element, the mental realm, to use the fire, the passion and drive, to use the earth to ground you, and to use the cups, the emotion to spur you on. So there you go. Beautiful card. Nice to see you, Shiloh. Jennifer, this one's for you. Another knight. So this knight is almost ready to take a step. You can see that the foot is up and lifted and they're on a quest. Cups are the emotions. They're the element of passion. They're the watery fluidity. They're the element of water. Hi, Kim. And so this quest is one that is over water. You can see that they're about to go across a winding river there. So you're waiting for a message. The reason I can tell is because we're connected to Mercury up here. So this message that is about to come your way, that you're on a quest for, will encourage you, will draw you across that water to something in the emotional realm. It's not always, the emotional realm isn't always about love, like the boyfriend, girlfriend love. Sometimes it is that bigger love that we're looking for in the universe, the I am love kind of thing. So I'd love to hear how that turns out. Gretchen, nice to see you. Amy, hi. Melissa, this one's for you. Pentacles and the page. So the page is bringing forth a message, and sometimes it comes from a younger person, not always, but the message is coming about something in the practical world. The practical world is anything you can touch. Okay, the table is a practical world thing. The chair, the cup, money, property, and everything tangible. So look for a message. They don't always come in ways that you'll expect them. My messages come from hawks. So, you know, I'll be driving along thinking about something, or walking along thinking about something, and I'll see a hawk and I'll go, oh, you know, it's important that I pay attention to that. So your message may not come in a way that you think it's going to. So you'll have to be vigilant in your vigilant in your walking while you're watching. There you go. Linda, this one's for you. Oh, use all of your senses. Don't rely on just what you can see or hear. And look, the ideas are off the card. Very long swords. There's also a moon there, so we know there's some emotionality, but it's behind you. So when I see this, I also know that there's something, some thoughts that are going on that are actually blocking your heart. And the reason I know that is because her arms are crossed. So a great shamanic tip is I open fully to give and receive love. So there's reciprocity there. There's a giving of it and a receiving of it. So use all your senses. Don't rely on what you can see or what you can hear. More, here we go. So more, you want to deepen your intuition. There you go. Great tip. All right. Gretchen, this is for you. So, the old emotional way didn't work. It isn't going to work. And so stack up your cups, turn around and walk away. Now, I know that there were two Gretchens, so this is the first Gretchen. So Gretchen Williams, this is not for you. So the old emotional way didn't work. It isn't going to work, and it ain't never going to work. So stack them up. They're all nice and neat. Turn around and walk. You know, the thing about this is you might just find that going for a walk shifts this energy up, because when there's movement in a card and it resonates with you, so if this does, you may just need to get up, get out, and go for a walk. Alrighty. Anita, this one's for you. Tora, hi. Linda, you are very welcome. And Dawn, nice to see you. Okay. So Anita, this is about creating a happy home. So for most of us, we don't even think about this, but our home is our sanctuary. It's our temple. It's where we go to get away from the crazy world out there and have some solace. This is all about celebrating life and enjoying it. When we create a happy home like this, and look at the colors there and the beauty, when we do this, then we have the ability to open our hearts up to invite others in. So there you go. Lovely. Hi, Ryan. Oh, Gretchen, that's awesome. I love that you're going to run to clear your head. One of my favorite things to do was to go for a run and just do nothing but running, running, running. So beautiful. That's just lovely. Douglas, this one is for you. The world. So what this card says, I'm just going to move there we go. Move that a little bit so you can see this. This is the completion card for all of the major arcana. It starts with the Fool, a 0. And no one other than a fool goes on a journey. But the Fool also is willing to take the next step and the next step. So it appears that whatever life lesson you've been working on, you're at the end of that. Doesn't mean that there aren't going to be other ones, because as a matter of fact, when you get this card, you're about to be the Fool again and go on yet another life's journey. So just reflect back at what you learned so far, because it will be useful in your next adventure, because this opens the doorway to the next adventure. So there you go. All right, Sandy, this one's for you. All right, Ace of Swords. See, it's a gift from the gods coming out of the clouds here. Swords are thoughts and ideas. When an ace comes, you're being given a gift of a new way of thinking. So it may not be a switcheroo, but it will be like, oh, I never thought about it like that. So often we are in our thinking, and when someone else comes along and just says, oh, what about this? We go, oh, I never thought about it like that. So look look for that kind of surprise as well with this new beginning. Love to hear about that, by the way. Pat, this one is for you. Anita, you're welcome. Um, so Douglas, I love it. Yes. So I was just doing a teaching earlier about the 5 archetypes that I use to understand the journeys. And here you are saying that this is an archetype. And when we take on that archetype and we work, well, work is such a mediocre word. When we join our forces together with that archetype, we expand. The archetype has a place to express, and everything else is lovely. So there you go. Pat, you're very welcome. All right, Siobhan, this one is for you. This is money, honey. Okay, and once again, it's a new beginning. The cloud has got a hand coming right out of it, offering you abundance. And if you see the path down there by my finger, take the higher path. It leads to the mountains, and you go through an arbor. So there is a crossing through of a portal, a doorway that you're going to be undertaking with this new beginning of the physical world. Might be money, you might be offered a gift, or it might be that there's another way that you can contrive to generate more income. Take the higher path, look for the mountain in the distance. There you go. Keith, this one's for you. All right, so you've been through it. It's behind you. The only wounding remaining, and this is so often true. We have something happens, and then we talk about it for 10 years later, and we can identify every little nuance and the whole thing, and we can engage ourselves in multiple hours of conversation about something that is behind us, and yet we're ruminating on it. So you're ready to take the next step, but you might just still find yourself just doing a little ruminating. So let it go. There's no need for you to be ruminating on this. It's behind you. So use your walking stick, get out, go for a walk, and feel how much lighter you're feeling with all of that. Jalicia, this one's for you. Ooh, the sun. Major arcana once again. So your problems are no larger than a small child on a small pony in front of a fence, behind which are multiple sunflowers. There's a beautiful red banner here. So we know that is connected to the divine. The sun is shining. This is the everything is going to be all right card of the whole deck. And it's a number 19. It only goes to 21. So you're completing something. I'm not sure what it is, but any challenges that you're having right now about that or about anything else actually are, they're fleeting. So there you go. Hi, Chili. How are you? Dawn, you're welcome. Paula, this one's for you. Oh, it's time for you to have a party. This is the party card of the whole deck. 78 cards. This one says it's time to party. It's a celebration of life, and it's with it's not exclusive to women, but what we see here is a maiden, mother, and crone, all aspects of our life, and celebrating that life. So let me know when you're having the party, and I'll be there. See ya. Thanks. Okay, Kim, the Chariot. Major arcana once again. So you know the interesting thing is that we're getting lots of major arcana tonight. So the we're approaching solstice. It's not quite, but we are we're working our way to where we are more connected. So, you know, in the summertime, we're out running around. In the wintertime, we're more introspective. So it makes perfectly good sense that the major arcana are showing up. So, Kim, this says that it's necessary for you to resolve a conflict. So these two beings that would take the charioteer here forward are not looking in the same direction. So there's some conflict happening here. He doesn't have reins, so he can't even encourage these beings or guide them to move forward. His head is up in the ethers while his feet are not on the ground because he's in his chariot. So a beautiful tip for you would be for you to get oh, okay. What I'm hearing is Apache tears, and to begin to just carry it with you so that you're grounded, so that when you get ideas, you don't get into internal conflicts with yourself about, well, maybe I should do this. Well, maybe I should do this. And then you're kind of knocked about all topsy-turvy. So find yourself some Apache tears, hold on to it when you're going to make a decision, and then that will assist you in resolving the conflict. Once you make the decision, follow through with that. If it doesn't pan out the way you wanted it to, then it's okay to do what I call try and trash. You tried it, it didn't work, throw it out, do the next important thing. You know, we so often get attached to the idea that I made a choice, therefore I've got to stick with it, I've got to see it through. There are those choices that are that important that no matter the obstacle, you are going to see them through. There are other choices that you make that you can decommit from. I stopped putting sugar in my coffee a few years ago, but occasionally I have sugar in my coffee again. I just decommit from having to be rigid about it to, oh, what do I feel like tasting today? So you can decommit from that, recommit, and just move yourself forward. Gypsy, hi. Nice to see you. So, swords, thoughts, ideas, the mental realm. Some of the, all of these swords are stuck in the ground. She's bound, but I'm going to put her up close. We're wondering whether it is she can get out or whether she's just staying stuck. There are no lateral moves in this. The thinking that you're doing on this side and that side is stuck. You can either regress and move backwards, or you can progress and move forward. But ultimately, the bindings are not what's going to hold you back. What's going to hold you back is staying still. So wiggle around, move around. You might even just put a big old scarf around yourself and wiggle yourself out of it, just to get the movement happening. So many times these cards call for a movement of some kind. You know, you can get a card and then, but if you don't use it, if you don't have some movement with it, it's not really very useful. So use what you get here. Find them online, enlarge them in black and white, color them, open to give and receive love, take the bindings off, move through these things. And the tarot is a powerful tool for your guidance for doing that. So there you go. Hi, Jeff. Oh, Kim, you have you have Apache tears. Isn't that awesome? We can thank the universe for that. Good for you. Amy, this one's for you. So you have set some things in motion in the practical world, because that's what pentacles are: money, property, tangible things. The tending is what needs to happen now. Only one of them is ready to harvest, but you have fruited these things very well. Now it's just it's the waiting. Now, oh, there you go. So you get to lean on Lean on your hoe for a while. There's nothing left to do other than be patient and wait. So there you go. Kayla, this one's for you. Reach way over here. There it is. The star. So another major arcana. So the beautiful piece about the star is she has enough. She's selfish enough to have enough to be able to pour back into the water and to pour on the ground. So if you have been if you've been putting yourself second and not putting yourself number one, then my invitation just for a week, if any of you have problems being your own star, then do it just for a day. Put yourself first. You get the coffee first. You get the whatever first. You get to make decisions and other people get to follow you just for a little bit. See what it feels like. And then find Don Miguel Ruiz's book, The Fifth Agreement, and read it, because it explains absolutely in there about why it's important that we're the star. And some people call this selfish, but you can replace that with I'm being a star instead of I'm being selfish. I'm being the star. Sounds so much nicer, doesn't it? And you can use this to really be bountiful and to be radiant. So there you go. Nice one for you, Kayla. Tora, this one's for you. Well, money, property, tangible things. This is the 10. This is having enough resources, money, property, time, and the energy as well to be able to pass on a legacy. So I'm going to put it up close because I want you to notice that everyone is touching someone or something. The little person down here by my finger is touching the dog. The old man is also touching the dog. The couple is touching each other. So this is your ability in the physical world. Doesn't necessarily have to do with money, but it could. But it's your ability to touch and to allow, oh, here you go. It's also your ability to be touched. So, yeah, there you go. All righty. Nina, nice to see you. Gretchen Williams, this one is for you. So, wands, passion, fire, drive, connection to the divine. So here we have someone who has staked territory, has come a long way, is on, pardon me, is on the edge, still has a long way to go, has sent the ships out across the waters. It's a vibrant, beautiful, amazing card. So it's also a time when you can, the Three of Cups is about the celebration. We had that earlier, where you can actually be joyful and pay attention to how far you've actually come. So there you go. And Tora, you're welcome. Yeah, I know, sometimes it just comes through and it's a completely different way of thinking about something. There's a podcast that I did. I think it's called Just Call It Something Different. So when we see something that we've seen over and over again, but we rephrase it. The other day I was making stew. And I had someone taste it, and I tasted it, and it wasn't quite stew. And then I had realized that I had put wine in there, which altered the taste entirely from what we think of stew. So I just called it something different. I just called it beef bourguignon, and everyone was happy. Especially me. Marilee, nice to see you. Dawn, this one's for you. The Wheel of Fortune. Okay, once again, major arcana, lots of them coming tonight. There's only 22 of them in the whole deck. So isn't this beautiful that we all get the benefit? The Wheel of Fortune says that we're always spiraling in learning a little lesson, and then spiraling back out to practice it again. If we believe that life is meant to be uh, flat, straight, like that, then, or like the top of a table, we're going to be in trouble, because we're here to learn lessons, right? We all are spiritual beings having a physical experience. We're the only way that spirit gets to um, experience life. So we're here to learn our soul lessons, move through them, and do it with much grace and ease as we can. When we realize that it's like the wheel of fortune, it's always going around, nothing is constant, then it frees us up to not be upset when we maybe have someone cross over or something doesn't work out quite the way we want it. Then we're just like, oh, okay, well, I'm spiraling in now. So, and then I can learn something and spiral out and practice it. Ryan, this one's for you. So the Two of Wands, and you're at a crossroads. And the thing about it is you've already made a decision, and because you've got this wand is staked behind this guy. The other one is in your hand for a walking stick. So you've made a decision, but you're kind of crystal gazing out there. See the globe in his hand. You're looking outside of yourself for a decision that you've already made internally, but you might not be telling yourself yet. And the reason I know that is because every once in a while we have these aha moments where we go, oh, I didn't know I thought that. So, check in with this crossroads and see what you've already told yourself that maybe you aren't aware of yet. So we'll see. Marilee, nice to see you. Chili, this one is for you. Another major arcana. Wow. The Devil. So the thing about the Devil card is that even the devil can't sit on this tiny little cube. And these people, I'm going to put it really up close. You can see that the chain that is around their neck is really loose. So my invitation to you is to get a scarf or a tie or something, put it loose around your neck, and then you take it off and on and off and on. When you're taking it off, then say, I release the ties that bind me, over and over and over until your arms get tired. By that time, it won't be an automatic kind of thing, but they'll begin to loosen up, because the only things that are holding you back are the ties that you're willing to still have there. So let them go. The bindings that you're still willing to have, you can let them go. Jeff, this one's for you. Nine of Swords. So nines are completion. Swords are the mental realm. So there's been something that you've been ruminating on that hasn't been making you happy. As a matter of fact, it's kind of been putting you into despair. This card, however, says that you're about ready to throw back the covers, get up and get moving, because it's the end of the despair. And the next card, the 10 of Swords, is about the end of a karmic past. So if your karmic past is complete, you're about to take a new path. And as you do, you're going to leave this behind. So leave the swords on the wall, get up and go, get moving. So there you go. Robert, nice to see you. Hey, Sherry. Okay, Nina, this one's for you. This is contentment in the emotional realm. However, it's not bliss. And you can see his little arms are crossed there. So you may be kind of content, but there's an edginess to it. And when the arms are crossed across our chest, they're stopping us from being open-hearted. So you can be content, not blissful, and not open-hearted. So by all means, just do that. I open fully to give and receive love over and over, so that you're shifting to that place of being happy, happy, joy, joy. So nice to see you, Nina. Marilee, this one's for you. Nice to see you. Hope you're feeling better. Okay. So, swords, the Seven of Swords. This guy is making off with only 5 of the swords. So, if you're going to steal something, it's a really good idea to steal it all, right? Don't be leaving some behind. However, when this card shows up, it's a caution. The caution is that you might be being sneaky with yourself. And you remember just a moment ago, I talked about how we don't always tell ourselves everything. So that might be an internal thing. But if you are going to sign a contract in the near future, read the fine print. Or if someone is talking to you about making some kind of an investment or anything that involves contractual things, read the fine print, because this says that someone is being sneaky about something. So just be mindful about that. So Via, hi, nice to see you. Robert, this one's for you. Another major arcana. This is awesome. You guys are getting some great cards. This is a spiritual wake up call. It's number 20. It's right next to the world. So you will not be able to miss this, because it's Gabriel blowing. The horn only gets blown 7 times, so don't miss it. But it blows hard enough and long enough that it wakes up the dead. So there's no way that you're going to miss this. So something in the spiritual realm is happening for you, and it's a wake-up call. So there you go. All right. Hey, Suzanne. Sherry, how are you? Okay. Another major arcana. Okay. The High Priestess. The High Priestess sits with the Torah, the Book of Wisdom, on her lap, her foot firmly on her emotions, sitting between the 2 towers of good and evil, pomegranates around her, being abundant and fecund, and just really knowing herself. She has her ally, the moon, and she's connected to that. She's also connected, you can see right here by her equidistant cross, to the divine. So a beautiful card for actualizing things. If you are attempting to manifest, the High Priestess is a wonderful ally for doing that, because just like the magician who uses the air, the earth, the fire, and the water, she knows how to do this. She knows how to set intention and bring things into reality. Beautiful card. All right, Via, this one's for you. Okay, so a journey by water, out of turbulence down here into calm. This family is leaving behind they're leaving behind the chaos. And the chaos is a mental kind of chaos. They are stuck. The ideas, all these swords, are stuck into the boat. So you don't want to be ripping them out just now. You want to wait until you get to a place where you're feeling more calm and more centered. And then have a look at your beliefs, because some of them aren't serving you any longer. So it's a great idea for you to be able to let go of those. Suzanne, this one is for you. Oops. Another major arcana. So this is the Hierophant. The thing about the Hierophant is he has all the keys. So Suzanne, you have all the keys. Fives are lessons. Here we have two people coming to this authority figure, asking why. And the thing about the Hierophant is that the only person who is an authority is someone who, not the only person, a person who is an authority is someone who has authored something. You know, you write a book and then you get to be the authority on whatever you've written the book about. So this is, Suzanne, about you authoring your own life. And know that it's a 5, so there's some lessons in there. You might want to craft into authoring your life some ability to be gracious and easy learning lessons, so that when they come, you just move through them really graciously. He's a powerful ally, the Hierophant, because there is a call from someone outside of yourself to conform to something. So you might want to author into your life being a nonconformist. So everyone, and that being a nonconformist, is that being selfish? Is it not fully expressing yourself? And in the next few days, think about ways that you can put yourself first, be number one to yourself, be full of yourself, be selfish. Who else would you want to be if not you? And have a wonderful time. Let me know how it works out for you. And look forward to, in early next year, shamanic shape-shifting. So if you're interested in that, let me know. I'll be telling you more about it as we approach the end of the year. Happy holidays, everyone. I hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving and that you are excited for the 2019. Okay, bye-bye. Bliss.